Like, I like creating all the funniest stuff in the world, but it's all true.
You like what? Sorry, I missed that.
I like creating all the funniest stuff in the world because it's all very true.
You like creating all the funny stuff in the world because it's all very true.
It's funny because it is true, because a lot of people deal with a lot of things. I've dealt with things because of things, but I don't have all these things on the ideas of them every second of every day, if you understand what I'm saying. So that means you can't just think of them off of things, but if you come across anything, it's going to cause problems. Like, you're going to get cancer, you can die, you don't even know it. It's just the same thing as having an illness. But if you don't know the cure for it, then what is the use of using it?
So I guess that's why you got to work with a doctor to find cures for it.
Yeah, but they said they don't know what anything is, and they cause the problems. Like, you can't just work with it, right? Because you only want to prove your life if you have a problem that you think you have or you don't have.
So do you think you have a problem?
No, I don't.
No.
No.
You're just asking these questions.
I'm just asking these questions because my name is Shaun C Duke. There's a Hassman, there's a Chopping, there's a Godwin. Oh, there's a White. He's white. He's good. He kind of reminds me of a White Room, but it's kind of crazy.
So there's a Shaun Hassman, a Shaun Chopping, a Shaun Goodwin?
No. There is not. There's a Shaun C Duke, and there is nothing else. There's a Shaun C Duke. I've seen Duke,
Who's Hassman, Chopping, Goodwin, and White?
Goodwin, Godman, not Goodwin, Godman.
Okay, Godwin.
Or Godwin. Okay, whatever.
Who's that? Or what is that?
I don't know. I guess it could be related. Because my grandpa used to have a stroke and he used to say swear words like, I'm not gonna say this, but he had a stroke and he's paralyzed and he has his picture, he's bald headed. His name was William Duke, and he had a stroke and he used to say goddamn, and now my cousin Chris Mackey married a Godwin. But I mean, that's crazy because if you look at those names and you look at your names up there, you got a Carol Lee Croissant, right? And then you got a Anthony Tony Merchant. Like what is this? These guys are like what, army ants? Like then you got your Langs that are related to them. Like how do you come from that to that? Like, it's a totally different thing, right? Like how do you know what? Like, there's so many of these guys. Like, what do they do? What do you do? Like, does it mean anything? No, it doesn't. It shouldn't. But because the world has to look at things in every sort of way, it's impossible to come to, and why anybody can create anything from anything because the technology is so advanced. Like let's say if you wanted to win on an Xbox game, right? My name used to be number 1G. It also used to be, before that, it used to be like racing kind of TRP, like Limp Bizkit and shit. But what happened is I always loved the hockey. I grew up Pittsburgh Penguin fan, right?
That's your team?
Oh, Merrill Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr. So I grew up that, and what happened is I was waiting 99, and then I just kind of got into it, but they never came out with an online game. They had the NFL 2K, but then I learned that because I was looking for trophies and whatnot, but I wasn't really about the trophies because, everybody needs money, but you wanted to learn these things. You wanted them to come out sooner. Like, you were wishing, like, when you seen in 95, you seen in the U.S. they had this thing that it connected to dial-up or internet or power supply, and it's like it never happened in Canada. So what happened is, I don't even know what happened with that, but yeah, what happened is in whatever tournament it was 2009, exactly 2009, 2K9. I got all the moves. This dope Canuck fan beat me 6-5. I was up 2-0. He came back, I think was like 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, then 5-4, and then 6-5, something like that. But he won 6-5 because of the freaking lag. So that's a trophy. Who cares? There was $80,000. Now there's $100 gift card. But you don't know what people are dealing with and what kind of problems you're going to create, health problems from anything that's wrong, or it goes on forever, and then you start having these problems. But that's what it is, because like you get these health problems, and then everybody falls apart. Like, how does that happen? Like, all of a sudden you've fixed everything for yourself, but these guys, they've been getting beaten up by people, or like all your relatives have problems, or people around you still have problems, and they don't understand. They're like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Why that happens if they don't have things? But that's what I'm saying, because they have these problems, and people are trying to go and say something. Oh, it's like they know somebody, right? Well, how do you know that? So that's like me saying, or you saying, well, what is going on? Well, you need to do this because of that. So I guess, like, do you have an email?
We don't give those out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you want to share with me?
Nothing. But you're like a health crisis worker, right? So are you like, you're not even in a psych ward, right? Basically.
No.
So all these nurses, like.
Did you have questions for the psych ward? Is that what?
So like what kind of like they have an alarm in there? They have a prison underneath there, don't they?
A prison underneath the psych ward?
Yeah. Or in the hospital part, right? No?
Oh, not that I know of.
Or do they have like a higher end security psych ward there? No?
Yeah.
So what are these guys like? Or like, how do you look at this? Like,